Hey guys, what's up? This is probably going to be my most important video pretty much ever that I've ever posted. I'm finally finished with my Project Aurora backtesting, Project Aurora in general. There are a couple more parts than you guys think, but I'm gonna show them. All right. So this is mainly for me in the future. If I forget the rules or if I'm just not acting right, I can watch this video, but you can too, and I'm most likely going to put the robots in the description down below, but it is finally done. Finally, I'm done with farting around with betas, everything else. So, I'm going to tell you about, sorry, I'm just going to turn those off. Those don't do anything, bar colors. Turn all those bar colors off. I'm going to show you, all right? So, I already have those turned off. All right, boom. All right. So, as you can see here, I have my robot. My robot, all right, so please don't steal it. And also don't try to coin that it's yours. But here we go. All right, so how I have my chart set up is I have this. Actually, I'm going to go over pretty much everything first. So I have these. I have Project Aurora main for coding. So if I ever want to add like an update or something, I can update it. My tester, analysis, and then trade entry. I'm going to run through all of those in a bit. But I'm going to, hold on. Let me just move this out of the way here. Just move that out of the way. Should move it that way. All right, thank you. And save. All right, so here's the thing. It's really freaking complicated nowadays. It's really freaking complicated. It went from something turning bad to, kind of complicated to a little bit more complicated to insanely complicated into, this isn't that complicated, but it didn't do that well. So as you can see, the percent profitable is really freaking low right now. So I'm going to fix that really fast, and I'm going to run through basically every single little bit of this robot I possibly can. So in the top settings, we have TQQ, 30-minute Helsinki-ishi candles. Yeah, pretty much all of that. Hit save there, come up here. Symbol, that's what you're going to be running. If you're on laptop, use these three. If you're on a phone, use these or default. But if you're on a desktop, like a hardcore gaming PC, please use that one because it gives you way better accuracy. Alright, now, description, scales, that's pretty much how it is. Pretty basic stuff. Then breaks. Alright, there we go. So, as you see right here, we have pretty much everything. And so I'm going to run through all the settings and what they do. So for the buy points, these are, I'm going to open, high, low, close, high, low, 2 divided by 2, high, low, close divided by 3, high, low, close, open, high, low, close divided by 4. And that's going to be the best averaging. So for the buying points, I have that. For the multiplier, so this is going to move it more. This is going to move your buy and sell signals more than this. This is for fine tuning. And yeah, so on and so on. All right, so as you can see, I like to leave this on high because I like it to only take the high points. For the short points, all these work, so that's nice. The only thing that does not really work are, well, these are kind of confusing. So it's not like, it's kind of confusing, but it's not really confusing. All right, once you figure it out. And then this piece right here is not if you want to show the dashboard, that's if you want to, that's just like a header showing like the backward. And then show actual ATR, that's all settings for it. And then this for the SMA lines is the confirmation. All right, there we go. So as you can see right here, style, you can change every single color. All right, so I'm going to run you through the candle stuff, and I'm going to just how to read it. All right, so green, support, red, resistance. This red line right here is the confirmation line. It's basically a smart SMA line, if I could put it in that way. It changes color when it changes direction. It's like it's a little bit more of advanced SMA line because it takes into account like all of a sudden jumps and stuff like that. So keep that there. That's the SMA line. If it's going down, well, there's separate rules for that. Okay, so I'm going to start you off. So there's bright red, and that's strong downtrend. Maroon is slight uptrend. I mean, is downtrend calculated pullback. Yellow is can change and go either direction. So as you can see here, it just goes, 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 goes. It starts to go up, and then you get a yellow, and it goes back down. So it can change direction. All right. Then we got a buy signal. You buy not on this candle, you buy in the next candle because you need confirmation. But there's a whole nother step to that. Resistance is red. Okay, dark green like this is calculated pullback, and then strong green, bright green is hard uptrend. All right, so then there's this green line right here that runs through everything, and it basically tries to plot the next few candles. It thinks that this is going to be the middle of the candle, so it is basically just saying it's trying to plot the middle of the candle. So it thinks that it's too high right now. If it's above it, that it means that um, if these green dots are above where it is, that means that it's underpriced, and if it's above it, it means it's overpriced because it's trying to average all the candles out to the middle points. So yeah, you kind of need that green line there. It doesn't really mean anything until it does. But all right, so I'm going to run you through how to tune it. So I'm going to go turn off this. I'm going to go into the Project Aurora backtesting. And so we have our buying points. We have OHLC4. Actually, I'm going to change that. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the band for the buys. We're going to go up here, and we're going to tune it only for long positions and up to our month. So it is the 10th. It is October 31st with Halloween. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go 9. So that's since September and of 2020, and we're only doing the buys. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to look at the buys and sells practically. I'm going to look at the buys and sells and basically look at them and be like, all right, what the heck is going on? So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to a reasonable number. So let's just say 10,000. 10,000 base currency USD percent of every single contract. Pyramiding, turn that to 0. Commissions 0. Slippage, you can turn that on 1 or 0. I like to leave it on 0. After every after every tick, recalculate everything. So it's going to refresh its AI basically every single tick. All right, so here we go. So OHLC4. So if I wanted to get better prices, so this is the buy band. So when it breaks, shoot, I kind of need some stuff on. I'm going to come over here and turn on some bar colors and high target, low target. All right, we have pretty much everything. Range filter. All right, so we actually needed those on for a bit. Precision, I'm going to go 8. All right, so as you can see here, we're going to try to get this number as high as possible. So what we're going to do is we are going to say, all right, well, our buys are kind of looking bad, so we're going to lower that by 1. Does that make it any better? Yeah, it goes up 10%. 2.8, okay, 2.8% doesn't go up. Oh, that's 54%, 60%. So what we're going to try to do is get this bottom number as high as possible with the most accuracy. So what we're going to do is, boom. All right, now we're going to add to it. So now we're going to try to get this number as high as possible without changing the percent profitable. And then, if it comes down to net profit, we're going to change that for a little bit. So if we go like that, keep going. Can we get it more profitable? It's loading. Okay, we're at 22 point. Okay, so it's not like we're getting any more profitable. So we're thinking here is, so we're 22%, 0.62. We're going to try to get this to higher or lower. Let's try to see 22.62. All right, so we're just going to go with 400, a nice round number. All right, now we're going to go for sell points, high, and then we're going to go like that's okay. So now we're at 70% profitable. source for buy should always be pretty much OHLC4, or if you're using candles, HL2 or HL3, or low or close. Open isn't that good. High isn't great. It's either, if you're using candles, high low close 3, high low 2, and then close low, and high low close 4. All right. So so now we're at 37% profitable, and now we're going to be turning on the band for the sells. And as you can see, we're going to try to get this number as low as possible, not high as possible. For that one, we're going to try to get this number as low as possible without changing. All right, so now we're at 41%, 42%, 46%, and we're still 70% profitable. Boom, 47. Okay, so we get 3 more percent off of that. Keep going. 2%. Oh, shoot. All right, that's 49%. Now we're going to try to get this number as high as possible, too, because we want the sells to be as hard as possible. So now we're at 29%, so now we can tune that down. All right, so now, as you can see, we're at 49% with 70% profitability. This don't mean crap, so don't use it. It doesn't use ATR when you're using it. All right, so now we're going to go, and now we have our long positions. We're 70% profitable, and now we're going to go with short positions only. So we're going to go band for shorts, and we are going to make this number as high as low as possible. All right, so now just adding by shorts, we're 80% profitable by going down. 3.8. How much are we going here? 73%, 76%, and now we're 100% profitable. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go like this. Come up here, make this number as pretty much high as possible. We're trying to get this number as high as possible. 72%, 72%, 74%, 73. All right, so we're back a little bit. Okay, that's 71. That's 73%. Net profit, 73. Let's keep it going. 73. 73. Oh, wait, now we're 90% profitable. Shoot. So we don't want that. We want 100%. We want the highest amount of profitability with a fine-tuning of by doing this. All right, so now we're going to try to get this number as high as possible. Okay, now we're at 74. 310. All right, so it's 310. 310. There we go. All right, so now we have everything. So now we're going to go all and see what the overall profitability percentage, 78. Pretty darn good for a month. So what you're going to do is go back a month. So since I'm not talking, okay, so if you're in October, you're going to want to look back to September. So that's what I'm doing. But if I like going back a little bit more too, so it should be around this month. So this month, no, last month. So in September, through October, it should be around 70% profitable. Actually, no, it should be around 75% profitable, or just anything higher. You can get this number all the way up to 99% profitable. So that's just how it is. But if we wanted to see how much money we'd make in a year without changing any of these settings, we would make that much percent when it have a 71% accuracy rate. But all right, that's how it goes. All right, so now we have our settings. So OHLC4, 400. Here, you might want to take a picture of yours. You might want to take a picture of your buying points like I am doing right here. All right, so now I have a picture of it, and I'm basically going to copy that into the Project Aurora beta. So that's how to tune it. Now I'm looking at the actual Project Aurora, and now I'm going to copy the settings. So our first setting is OHLC4, 2.9, and that is 400. And now 2.9, high, 146, 146, and that's 2.1. Then we have show extra cell signal. That doesn't matter because now we're going to go to the short points. It's not really in order. Low, 310, 310, 3.7. And now, show extra cell signal. We don't want that. We don't really care. All this stuff down here does not really matter. It's all tools. Up here, pretty much from here. Yeah. From here up, that controls the buys and sells. All right. So as you can see, and then everything else is pretty much just other stuff. All right. So now, now you have all this stuff. Now I'm going to teach you how to put in a buy signal. But first, I'm going to go over some rules. So if you get a buy, no, I'm going to go over how to buy. So now I'm going to hit save that, and as you can see, it saves, and we're going to go and do it. So right here, if it is on a downtrend, so if the candles are trading below or touching, you sell on every single resistance. So if you bought here, if you bought on this candle, you would sell on this candle. You would sell on that candle, actually, because there's 3 different ways that you can sell. There's one on the sell signal. I mean, there's 2 different ways that you can sell. There is also 2 different ways that you can buy too. So there's, if you sell on the sell signal, so that would be you sell right here, or you could sell at the resistance. So you would have bought right here, and then you would have sold right here. You would have made heck of a lot of profit. You made it would have made like $200 if you're trading with $10,000. So that's around 2%. So I'm going to teach you about the candles. So I'm going to zoom in way here. All right, so as you can see right here, you have your first resistance. So this is called the first resistance candle. You have your confirmation candle, and then your final candle. And that's what I mean. So it takes 1, 2, 3 candles to do it, to actually like sell at a resistance. So you have 1, 2, and then you sell on the third candle. And then there's also this one, 1, 2, you sell on this candle, but you wouldn't sell there, you'd sell right here. Then the next morning, you would have woken up with a short. But I'm going to teach you how to, I'm going to teach you how to buy. I'm going to teach you how to sell and buy at the same time. So since it's below it, this smart SMA line, you want to sell at the third candle. So if you bought right here, you would have sold at the third candle, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. There is actually no buy signal there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my trade entry, and I'm going to show you guys. All right, so this is what the trade entry looks like, and this was yesterday. So once you got the buy signal, it was right here. It was right here, all right? And then you waited, and then it formed a resistance. So what I mean by that, it formed a resistance. Look at, you saw the resistance. You don't buy on a resistance. If you are waiting for your trade to go through, shoot, I'm going to just close some stuff out really quick. If you are waiting for a buy signal from in the trade entry, you don't buy, all right? You wait until it breaks. The other way to buy, you wait till it breaks this. So if there's a resistance, you don't buy, all right? But if it breaks this, if it breaks the smart SMA line, then you rebuy, all right? So those are the 2 ways that you can buy, is buy on the candle, and then also buy when it breaks this line right here, all right? So I think I covered a little bit of it. So now I'm actually going to go through how I would enter a trade. I'm going to show you the last few trades that it has taken. All right, so boom, right here. You wouldn't have bought because it's just straight uptrend like I showed you before. It was literally just on a straight uptrend, and then it saw a resistance, and then you got your next buy. But then like a little bit after that, it tanked. But the resistance was already there, so you didn't have to worry about anything because you wouldn't have bought in the first place. All right, so now that was basically that one. The short, so on the short signals, you buy on the sell candle. So the first candle that went off yesterday morning, so it's a Saturday right now, the first candle that went off, it was a buy signal, boom, 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 but there's a short signal going on, so you wouldn't buy the short, you'd buy the sell. So, boom, right there, you would have started to short somewhere around 123. All right, 123. All right. So then, swoops down here. You don't do anything with the shorts except you, after a 1 day, if you're holding overnight, you're going to want to put a stop order. You're going to want to put a stop order on where you bought your short for. So if anything like this happens, you buy your short, you didn't hold overnight yet, but then all of a sudden you hold overnight, your resistance, your stop position would basically close out for you if you ever made any mistakes. All right, so that's the one rule with the sells. So there's 6 different ways that you can enter and sell a trade. There's number 1 for the buys. You buy on the buy signal on the next signal, like right here. There's then the second way is if it crosses this smart SMA line. That's the buys. For the sells, you sell on a sell signal or a resistance below the smart SMA line, or if the candles are touching. So like right here, that would still be a resistance, even though it's uptrending, but the candle is touching right here, so you wouldn't even buy that. Let's think here. All right, and then for the shorts, there are 1 way to buy a short, and there is 2 ways to sell a short. To sell a short, you can sell the short on the buy signal, which is fine, or if you're holding overnight, you're going to want to put in your stop order so if I were to buy my short order at 127 right here, 127 exactly, 127. All right, and then it goes down, but then the next morning it starts to pop back up. At 127, it will also sell. And then as you can see, there is a buy signal, so basically it's a win-win situation because you're not losing any money on that short. Basically keeping it above 100% accurate, at 100% accuracy, because you don't want to take a loss on a short. All right, so I just covered pretty much all the ways to buy and sell. All right, so now I'm going to take you through a trade. So I'm going to take you through this trade right here, October 27th at 8 o'clock. There's the signal, but you don't actually get the alert until 8:30. So that's what it is. All right, so I'm like, all right, well, man, there's a buy signal. Then at 8:30, oh, I see it. I got the alert finally. Well, I can go to my trade entry, October 20, where is it? Yeah, where the heck is it? What day was it? October 27th at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock. All right, at 8:30, here we go. All right, so I'm going to teach you what this is down here. So this is basically a MACD, but it's glorified, and it is a little bit smarter. So as you can see here, you get a cross, and it is below the 2 ways that you can do it. The 2 ways that you can buy on the trade entry is you buy on the buy signal or the next candle after to get confirmation, or you use the MACD strategy, and what I mean by that is you come up here. You're either waiting for a cross, so you want the full candle above, or you're waiting for the SMAs, or you want a or you're going to want to wait for the buy signal, but you're going to want to use the MACD strategy. And when I mean MACD strategy, it crosses below 0. So this is the 0 line, this white line right here. Crosses down, you get this circle, you wait 1 more candle, and then you also have to wait for the 12 SMA, so this red line right here swoops down. You have to wait for it to fully pass. So you would have bought around 133.74, but the bot would have bought around the same price. So that's the 2 ways that you can buy. That's the 2 ways that you can buy. And then you don't sell in here. These are only buying and selling points. So if you buy right there, you basically just go back to your thing. All right. Well, now it's going. All right. So now at 11 o'clock, you have your first sell order of the same day. So it's not day trading, but it is 11 o'clock. So right here, you're going to want to wait for the next sell signal. So the sell signal is right here. So you would have sold at 135 and you would have bought at 1. Here, let's just draw a line. All right. 1%, or if you tuned the sell bot, which I will, like if I go like this, I think that's better. All right, so 2.2, it's fine. Actually, now I need to tune the cells really quick. Sell points, can we get it up one more? Actually, shoot, that's on high. Let's go to high, drop that a little bit. To change that to like 400, 300, go down 1. All right, so now we're on top of this. 0.8. What about close? All right, so close is better. So 1.6 it is. All right, so then we draw our points. You basically want to tune this pretty much every single day for the best points. Not every single day, but every weekend. So I'm going to go over that later, but you can see there's a sell signal. Sorry, this is a kind of long video. Around 1.6%, 1.16% gains right there, and you're not taking a loss, because if you would have waited overnight, you would have lost money. Then the next morning, you get a short signal, and that means, so if it drops more, what I like to look at, if it drops more, then, so I'm going to go ban for shorts so I can see what's going on here. All right, so as you can see, it dropped below this band signal. So if it continued to stay like this, if it opened like this, there's a short signal, I'm not going to wait another candle because I want to get in at the best price. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to short it before anything. So same thing with it. So the next morning, you wait, boom. All right, so then you get your first short signal at 7:32 at 129. All right, so then that would have been your entry price. So 129, 129. All right, so then the next day, the next morning, you wake up, you're like, oh shoot, you need your stop loss, so it would have been a stop order. So I'm just going to plot these out really fast. So let's go up there. Okay, it's about okay, that's close enough. That's the trade that it made 129 to what's the average right there? So it's like 128. So would have made 1.1% there. And then you got the next short signal, because you wouldn't have bought here because there was a resistance, and I showed you why that time. But you would have bought on the first candle, so let's just say this short position, what's going on. All right, so it was at 123, 123, 123.30. All right, so now we're up 6% on that single trade, but if it ever comes back to bite us, we're going to have a stop order there because we're holding it. All right, so here we go. You have your buy signal. Just going back here. All right, so I'm just going through it. You have your buy. Now it goes buy, sell, and short. So like this, you can tune it for this crap where it does this, where it goes boom, there's no resistance. All right. So since that fully broke it, you would sell right there. So you'd sell for a profit right there, and then one candle later, you would have rebought again. So I mean, on that one. All right. So I'm just gonna go back a little bit. So as you can see right here, this would have been actually the first losing trade. Now I've tried to tune the robot several different ways. You can't get around this. All right. You would have lost a little bit of money on that trade. I think around like 0.9%. So that's a loss. Up here, you would have had your short position if you held it overnight, and then you're like, all right, well, right here at 7:30, your sell signal would have made through, so you would have made money there. Would have made money there. That one you wouldn't have traded. So I actually did all the math on this. Out of 23 trades, it makes 19 of them. And on the buys and sells, so if you were to just do long positions, it'll make 2 errors. So it'll make 2 errors. So it would have made 2 errors for every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for every 9, it's about, you can do the math on that, all right? So it's around 80% profitable on the longs, and it pretty much shows that in the back testing. But here it goes. It goes buy, sell, then short. So if you see a sell signal like this, you're going to want to sell. And then this one, you would have lost money on, but then you would have made way so much money on that next trade. This trade was 26%, and as you can see right here, you have a buy, a sell, and then it called its bluff. It called the stock's bluff, started to go back up. There was no buy signal, and then the next morning, it freaking dropped. All right. So as you can see right there, that's how it is. So I'm basically gonna go. I think I covered most of the rules. But right now I'm actually going to go cover all of my different chart layouts. So on my trade entry, my coding, my tester. So for my tester, this is how I test the robot. So you can see I have the trade entry on the 30-minute chart, not the 1-minute chart, just so I can see everything. I have all the percentages down here, so if I wanted to retune it, I could. I have all my retuning stuff right here, and then I basically just take a picture of that and go to my other one. I have my analysis one, which is the RSI and the MACD, and a 15 SMA and a 12 EMA, and then also a 180-day SMA. I don't know where it is though. So tester main robot trade entry. So I already have the trade entry open. So I'm going to tell you how to use this now. And then, so AI possibility for intraday. So in the day, there is a 3% chance of it going down. So you just have to look over here, and it's literally just like, all right, the robot thinks it's going to go up today. The robot thinks that it's going to go down up for the week. The robot thinks it's going to go down for the month. So there's a 30. So if it says down, that means that there's a 35% chance of going up. If it thinks it's going to go up in the week, it means that there's a 22% chance of it going up in the week. 22% chance of it going down in the week. Volatility is basically measuring the volatility. So you can say, all right, well, volatility is kind of low at 9% is down, so it's low. So volatility is low, and then intraday. So the robot thinks that there's a 3% chance of it ending down. Now we might have to edit that because this is actually kind of glitchy. So we're probably gonna have to edit that out. So, actually, okay. So I'm gonna tell you guys about the rules. Where is it? All right, freaking. All right, whatever. Just gonna bring that up. All right. So I'm gonna tell you guys. So you're gonna have to tune this robot every single weekend. Every single weekend. So at the start of the month, you have a massive update. You can do whatever, and you need to keep your trades. You need to keep the same. You don't need to keep the same amount of trades, but you need to make sure it's profitable. All right. So in the month, so at the start of every single month, you're going to test 2 months back practically, and it should be upwards of 73% profitable, most likely. All right. Now you can get that number as high as you freaking want. I don't really care. And yeah, the short positions, you shouldn't really be losing money on them, but that doesn't matter. I just had like a brain fart. All right. So I'm going to tell you right now. And then over the weekends, every single weekend, you retune it, and you're going to want to keep the same number of trades in the week or in the past month that you've had before, but you're going to want to optimize them and try to get the best prices on them. And that's in the week. That's in the weekend, all right? So that's what you're supposed to do in the weekend. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So, screen. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So what I mean by that is, so you're like, all right, well, these run the same settings, so I'm just going to close that one out for a second. Man, you're like, man, over the weekend, you want to keep the same amount of trades. So total closed trades, 19. You want to keep the same amount of trades, but you want to optimize them. So if you want to bring that one down, you're going to try to get the highest percent profitable and the highest amount of money profitable. So now we're still at 19 trades. Now we're 20 trades, but we can't do that. So we have to keep it at the same total of 19 trades. We can edit the buying points, the sell points, and the short points. All right, and then all right, and that's what you can do over the weekend. All right, so now I'm actually going to tune it for not. I'm going to tune it for. So I'm going to actually go on my tester, and I'm going to go back a little bit, and we are going to tune it for the back testing because I'm just going to show you what I mean by that. We're going to tune the back testing for, let's say, August. So it's the 1st of August. So we're going to set the start month to, oh man, dude, I'm having a massive brain fart. Give me a second. August, July, June. All right, so we're going to set it for June. So that's 8 minus 2. I can't, it's 6. I can't even think. All right, so then we're going to tune that, and then we're going to tune the backtest stop month to 2020, and then to 8. So now you can see we're 85% profitable, but shoot, actually we got to tune that to 7. Alright, so because it's the 1st of August, so we don't have any data to work off of. So September, August. Alright, so we're working with this stuff right here. August, July. Alright. We're working with this stuff, alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to do our same thing. What we're going to do is go to long, turn on the band for buys, and we are going to try to make this number as high as possible. All right, now we're at 87%. That's 88. That's 88.89. Bring it down. 88.89. 88.89 still, and we are making more money. So now we're at 74%. 75%. 88%, 0.89. So we're keeping the overall. So now we're 90% profitable. 90% profitable with that, running those settings, and we're going to try to get this number as high as possible to make our net profit go higher. So now we're at 74. I think it was at 70. Yeah, okay. Make this go higher. $74. So it looks like that's all we're going to get out of it. Then we're going to tune this to high because I like highs, all right? And we're going to tune this for as low as possible. Actually, can I get this number as high as possible? So we're at 81%, but we're going to try 400. Oh, that's 72. Let's go 500. Let's tune that back down to 1.9. Now we're 81. Let's go 100. 150. Alright, actually we need to go back up on that. So we're 80% profitable there. I don't like it I need this number to be as high as possible. Alright, so that's 70%. So we're going to run those settings. Alright, high, 130. 90% profitable, 2.2. So we're going to try to get this number as low as 90. Now we're trying to get this number as high as possible too. 90. 71% net profit. 71. Come on. Alright, come on. Let's process. Oh. Now it takes a second. Sorry if this is a long video. Oh, so now we're 80% profitable. So we're going to lower that. Okay, so it's 91 point. This is the best selling points, all right? So now we're going to want to turn off that, turn on the band for shorts, and go short positions. And now we're strictly going to tune the shorts. All right, so we're already 85% profitable. Can we get it lower? This one you can go higher or lower on. Doesn't really matter. Okay, let's go like that. Okay, so that's 85. That's 100% profitable. All right, perfect. Now we're going to try to tune this. That's 37. What was that? All right, so it's like 300. Let's just go by hundreds now. 400, 500, 600. All right, so 550. All right, so boom, we have our short signals, and there we go. All right, so now we have our basic back testing. Actually, now we're going to go like this, and we're going to click all, and we're going to turn off that because we don't need that. So now look at, we're 94.44% profitable. Now what we would do next is we'd plug that into the Project Aurora, and we'd basically run off those settings, following all the rules that we talked about before, but that's basically how you would tune it. Oh man, let me think. So I don't need the tester that like that. All right. So as you can see, I think I just told you everything that there is about the Project Aurora. I hope you learned some stuff. I hope that can make it more profitable. I haven't decided yet if I wanted to put it into the robot in the description, but if it is, and it's past 2 years since this video released, you don't have to worry about it going away. But if it isn't, if it's not within 2 years of this video's release, you should kind of not use this as a sustainable bit, because think I'm gonna make it paid, kind of. So thank you for watching. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.